Has anyone ever asked you what your childhood was like, and you just go quiet for a few seconds? Not because childhood was really bad, and not because nothing happened, but because it feels like some chapters are missing between age 7 and age 17. Like the story got fast forwarded. And if you feel like this, then maybe you're one of those people who grew up too fast in childhood. And here's an interesting thing to notice. If you're one of those people whose childhood ended early, then maybe you heard one line again and again. You're more mature than your age. Teachers used to say it, relatives used to say it, sometimes parents too. If you heard this line a lot in your childhood, then do one thing. Just write one word in the comments. Mature. I genuinely want to see how many people watching this video grew up too fast in their childhood. And no, I'm not talking about some dramatic movie-type trauma. Sometimes it's really silent. Like at age 9, taking care of your younger siblings, becoming the mediator between your parents' fights, or growing up so fast that you learned to read people's moods before you even learned to read books. In psychology, there's a term for this, parentification, meaning when a child has to take on responsibilities that should actually belong to adults. And from the outside, it looks like, wow, what a mature kid. But the truth is, that's not maturity. That's survival mode. Think of an 8-year-old kid who suddenly becomes the most responsible person in the house. He didn't choose this, but he had to do it. And in that moment, his brain makes a decision. I have to be strong. And that's where a new operating system gets installed. That's exactly why people who grew up too fast in childhood develop some strange superpowers, like instantly understanding people's emotions, feeling the tension the moment they walk into a room, understanding someone's needs before they even say it, becoming experts at problem solving. These don't look like talents, but actually, they're survival skills. But the problem starts here. These superpowers don't come for free. They come with a price tag, and you pay that price in adulthood. The most interesting thing is, people who grew up too fast in childhood don't have an issue handling life's big problems. They'll handle crises. They'll handle stress. They'll handle responsibility. But the thing that's hardest for them is the simple stuff. Asking for help. Relaxing. Because somewhere deep inside, their brain still believes, if I stop, everything will fall apart. And then, in adulthood, an interesting pattern shows up. Such people often become the reliable one. At the office, in their friend circle, in their family. Everyone knows this person will handle it. But in relationships, things get complicated because vulnerability feels dangerous to them. In childhood, their brain never let its guard down, and it doesn't in adulthood either. That's exactly why they often get attracted to emotionally unavailable people. Why? Because it feels familiar. It feels just like their childhood, where they kept giving and giving, but receiving was rare. There's one more pattern. Control. No, not toxic controlling, but the need to think through 10 to 15 scenarios for every situation. People say, "You're so anxious." But what's the reality? Your brain is just doing what it learned in childhood. And then comes another hidden cost. The exhaustion that even sleep doesn't fix. Because your nervous system has been running in overdrive since childhood. Your body was never properly taught how to rest. Because back then, rest wasn't safe. rest meant the problems could get worse. And even with success, a strange relationship develops. You achieve things, people get impressed, but inside, a voice says, "That's not enough. Do a little more. Prove yourself." Because your worth was never tied to your existence. It was tied to your usefulness. And here's the irony. Society rewards people like this because they're productive, independent, low maintenance, reliable. But no one ever asks what price you had to pay for it. So, how does healing happen? The first step is to grieve. Yes, for the childhood you never got. For the version of you that could have been careless, could have been messy, could have been needy, and still would have been loved. The second step is an important realization. Being needed is not the same as being valued. Your value isn't decided by your work. Your value comes from your existence. You're not a human doing. You're a human being. And maybe the most important thing you'll need to learn is receiving care. Because you're a beginner at this. Whether you're 25 or 35 or 45, you've never allowed anyone to carry your weight for you. But the truth is, that kid who grew up so fast did an amazing job. He handled everyone, managed everything. But now, he doesn't need to control everything anymore. Now, he can rest. Now, he can let someone else take a turn. And maybe now, you'll finally get the chance to be a little bit of a kid again. If this video related to you, then maybe you're one of those people who grew up too fast in their childhood. But the good news is, you can still heal, one gentle step at a time.